Hey folks, it's Kai, your genderqueer relative here. Today I am going to be taste testing a whole lot of jams for your entertainment value. My partner decided to get an advent calendar. This is it. It's called Bon Maman. And it is basically a honeys, jams, and spreads calendar. And I am going to try a bunch of them all at once because it arrived far too late to use it as an advent calendar. I'm going to be trying these jams on little scones that our 15-year-old put together yesterday. And you get the delight of watching me decide whether I'm going to try making these or never try them again. Meanwhile, I'll be washing down each taste with some cinnamon tea because cinnamon.
Also, that's who you are as a person.
Also, that's who I am as a person. Now, this first jam is a pear Mirabelle plum spread. As you can see, these are very small jars. They're 1 ounce, which is not even enough to have a whole sandwich, in my opinion. And since the kids also want to try these, I can only taste a little bit at a time. So I'm going to take a nice little hint of this jam, which you can see is very pear jam colored. Spread it on the end of this scone. Well, I don't taste any plum at all. It really just tastes like someone watered down pear applesauce. So I will not be repeating that one. Anyway, so the next is the cherry elderflower spread. And a satisfying pop for the... I was expecting it to smell like cherry and it doesn't. Cherry jam is so hit or miss. Sour cherry is nice though. So I'm going to spread a nice little helping here. It looks exactly like cranberry sauce. Well, see, when I make jam, I want it to taste like the fruit I'm using. Just a thought. This must be why I stopped buying Smuckers. Well, this is okay. Again, I can't really taste the elderflower, but I can only sort of taste the cherry. It's like a hint. I hope you didn't expect this to be an advertisement for this advent calendar. It's a nice idea, though. Alright, so this one says it's mango, peach, lime. All of these are individually good ideas, but I'm concerned about all 3 of them in the same thing. Oh, it smells like baby food. Oh no. It smells like that one baby food. Like tropical fruit flavor. Don't tell me you don't remember it from when you were a child or had children. It tastes like baby food. Okay. Upside, that one baby food flavor is absolutely the one you didn't mind licking the spoon when your kid didn't eat all of it. Downside, that is what this tastes like. Definitely baby food flavor. The next one is seedless raspberry spread. And I'll be honest, you have to work hard to mess up raspberry spread. But also, I feel disappointed that it's seedless because I think raspberry seeds are a delight, even if you'll be finding them in your teeth 6 months later. Here we are. Yep, tastes exactly like cake filling. This is precisely what raspberry spread should taste like. Raspberries. Appropriate. This goes in the willing to eat more than one bite pile. So far, it's the only one. Now then, Shall I keep going? Shall I just keep going? Or you
I
want me to
don't see
stop
why
at
not.
4?
I was going to open a lot of them up. 5 is on this side. And remember, you told me to stop. I think you were concerned you would super enjoy one of these.
I was concerned, but right now I'm not concerned that I'll super enjoy one of them.
Did you? 5?
Where's 5?
It's
Why
on
can't
this,
I find
it's
it?
right there.
Oh, it's because 4 is on the same side. I didn't expect them.
So I think that they did it this way for weightedness.
Yeah. Okay.
Inside the...
They're all 1 ounce though, so that's the part I'm surprised about. Okay.
They're hard to get out.
Rude. All right. So this is a cute idea that these books, or excuse me, this box that on both sides has compartments for the jams. So that's a great idea. So if any of you want to steal this idea, I say go for it. Just make sure that your jams don't taste like baby food. Sorry. Anyway, so this is a strawberry verbena spread. Okay.
I have to admit that I don't really know what verbena tastes like by itself.
Well, this smells more like strawberry than the cherry smelled like cherry, and I'm going to get the rest of this raspberry off the spoon.
I'm hoping I'll enjoy that one more because I am a huge fan of both cherry jams and elderflower in recipes. So
You can't taste it. That's the problem.
I wonder if maybe I will be able to. I live in hope.
Uh-oh. This is a reasonable strawberry jam. I'm not really sure where the verbena is here. Except maybe to cover up a greenness of strawberry that sometimes happens in strawberry jams. Like it tastes like they didn't let them ripen all the way. And this doesn't taste like that, but it doesn't taste ripe either. So I would think that it's a cover-up flavor, which is fine. It tastes fine. It'll be on the I will eat that again, technically. Dear reader, they would not eat any of these again because they have 4 children living in the house and the children will devastate the jams. And in fact are just waiting for us to finish so that they can consume as much as they want. Now then.
Spare a moment for the scones. What kind of scone do you have here?
These are just brown sugar scones, right? I didn't make them. The kid made them.
The kid made them. Yeah. No, they're just English-style scones.
They're just basic little scones, which are made a lot like one would make a biscuit, U.S. biscuit.
Except that these don't call for cold cubed butter to be cut in. This is room temperature butter.
Right.
Which in this kitchen is 65 degrees.
This kitchen is 65 degrees year-round, except when I can't keep the house that cool. So, oh, come on. I can see that the longest portion of this video is going to be me wrestling with the plastic. Alright, so the next one. Sometimes you should only read the English version of the label and not read both the English and translations of the words. And that's because it turns into something funny in your head. This is sweet orange passion fruit spread. And I guess the word spread is used here because it's got chunks of fruit in it and it's kind of liquidy on top, so that tells me they didn't hard gel. Most of these have not been hard gelled, to be fair. I'm not sure about mixing orange and passion fruit, but maybe the passion fruit will save the orange. Oh, this tastes entirely rind, actually.
So, I think so this collection was supposed to be jams, jellies, marmalade, curd, and I think that they just are calling them all spreads. So
that's rude.
This is a marmalade.
This does taste like a marmalade. It looks like it has chunks of rind in it. The part I'm disappointed about is it also tastes like passion fruit rind, not just orange rind. That's going in that I'm not really interested in eating any more of it.
This one is very wet.
Item number 7.
It's a pineapple passion fruit spread.
Oh, pineapple. Pineapple is one of my favorite things to include in jam. My favorite jam that I make myself is peach pineapple ginger. It's one of my most popular. And my jam is not this wet. This is extremely wet. Somebody did not plan for how wet pineapple is. Pineapple passion fruit could be very tasty, This is more of a drip than a spread, and yeah, okay, here we go. This one scone has made it through 7 nibbles so far. That's impressive. Oh no. This might be more passion fruit rind. I disapprove of the use of passion fruit rind. It was not made to be cooked. Okay. So if you candied pineapple before you made it into a jam, this is what you would get. Which makes me think that this came from a place where getting fresh pineapple was not possible.
I mean, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. I don't like it.
Why don't you have a drink to clear your...
I am going to. Oh, this one's supposed to be good. If this one is not good, I'm going to make it myself and fix it. This is Apricot Bergamot spread. Let me finish off this bit of mess here. I have high hopes for this jam. Alright, here we go. Apricot Bergamot spread. I'm a big fan of bergamot. This smells pretty good. Apricot jam is one of my favorites too. And unfortunately, storms wrecked the apricots that usually get grown here this last year, so I wasn't able to make any fresh apricot jam. So I've been missing out for a while. Okay, let me start by saying that the texture is shit. I don't understand how something that's chilled with gelatin in it is not in any way jelly.
Oh,
It's
no.
more like a weird fruit sauce. I like the flavor, but it's too subtle. Like if you mix this with anything, if you put it with cream cheese, or you put it with peanut butter, or any of those things, you would not be able to taste the bergamot at all. So this is nice, but I'm going to remake it better.
Rhubarb Strawberry.
And that was number 8, right? So
This is
next,
number
number 9 is Rhubarb Strawberry.
So we've opened the front door of the house, basically.
Okay. Should be one more on the front. Unless there's fewer on the back somehow. Yeah, 20 is on the front still. Okay.
10.
Alright, so Rhubarb Strawberry. Now let me preface this by saying rhubarb is one of my least favorite things in the entire world.
I love rhubarb.
That's great. You'll probably enjoy this.
You and I are so different.
Well, it can't be totally the same, or this would be a very boring segment. Okay, so Rhubarb Strawberry. I feel weird about there being threads in my jam.
I feel weird about it being a color...
That neither rhubarb nor strawberry is?
It looks brown.
Yeah.
I don't like brown jam.
Mm-mm.
Unless it's cinnamon, maybe?
Mm-mm. Nope.
No, I know it isn't. I'm just saying. I would be okay with a brown cinnamon jam, but not any other...
So they're using brown cane sugar. So I'm guessing that what's happening is when they get all the seeds and everything out.
So this is a jelly.
And yeah, they're adding fruit pectin. This one is closer to a jelly than the rest of them have been. And it's nice and mild, and actually it's fine. It does not... It tastes like... It tastes like a hint of strawberry and rhubarb. It doesn't taste as strong as you would get, like, say, in a pie.
Right. Or tart or whatever.
Yeah, or anything like that. It's not a very strong... Again, most of these could not handle being... Like, you could eat them with cheese, but you can't eat them with peanut butter. Or, like, even cream cheese. You'd have to eat them with a milder cheese that doesn't really hold up any flavor of its own.
This is one that I think you're going to end on. Is that right? You do 10? Or did you want to do the whole thing?
Well, we're at 15 minutes.
Okay. So this is blueberry black currant spread. So
Okay.
I thought it might be a good point to end on.
All right.
If you wanted.
I really like black currant jam. I do not like grape jam. I really like blueberries and I really like blackberries. So I'm hoping that this blueberry black currant has a nice flavor, unlike the other sets have been. It smells okay. I find it strange that these jams don't smell like anything. Like, when you open a jar of my jelly, you can smell it. And not in a gross way. In like a, that has flavor way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this tastes like someone ran out of black currant. Like, shit. I don't have enough fruit to make a whole batch of jam, but I have some blueberries, and I'll just throw them in there. And the blueberries were like, this is blueberry jam, right? And the black currants were like, no, this is obviously black currant jam. And they just got into an argument. And so you can't quite tell whether it's supposed to be black currant jam or blueberry jam. So I can definitely taste both fruits, but I'm not sure how I feel about it.
They're fighting with each other.
They're fighting with each other rather than being complementary.
So we're on, if we do another one, it will be number 11.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
That depends what flavor is it.
It has an apricot in the name. Hold on. It is apricot mango.
Well, at this point, I feel like we might as well finish the box.
Oh. Your palate is not tired yet. There's apricot.
My palate is
mango.
bored, to be honest.
Oh, that's the worst.
That is the worst. And when you'll taste these and you'll be like, oh yeah, I can see that because you've had my jam, and so you know what I mean. And I'm sorry to like jam folks out in the world. There are definitely flavors that do best as a nice subtle flavor, and I don't feel like jam is one of them. I feel like if you're going to bother with an interesting jam, that it should have enough flavor that you can eat it in many different ways and have it stand on its own.
I mean, speaking as someone who has made many jams in the past, I agree with you. I don't think that you should have to
search for the flavor?
Yeah, well, I say this, but I also make simple syrup out of things like lavender, so I can appreciate subtle flavors.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different when you're making a subtle flavor that's meant to fit a specific purpose.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm eating these on scones. Scones have very little flavor of their own.
Unless you intended otherwise, yes.
Yes, but we had to make these plain to make sure that we could taste the jam. And honestly, if we had made strawberry scones, I wouldn't be able to taste most of these jams on it.
Right.
Which is saying something, because strawberry is not exactly a high-powering flavor.
Right.
All right, so this is apricot mango. This is number 11. Okay. This tastes more like apricot than the last one did. And I think that's because mango, unless it's like extremely ripe, kind of tastes like green apricot.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. Unfortunately, my partner cannot eat raw fruits.
I've only ever experienced things like this through, like, jams.
Mm-hmm.
This one is cherry blackberry, which
Okay.
I know you're going to have lots of opinions about.
I sure am. I'm excited about it, though. Okay, so number 12. This is cherry blackberry. Cherry blackberry. There we go. I'm just really upset about how I can't smell any of these. And you might be like, oh God, what do you mean you can't smell, Kai? No, it's not that I cannot smell. It is literally just that these jams are not very strongly scented. I can smell my cinnamon just fine. Okay.
In other
My
words,
scone just said no to this.
in other words, you do not have COVID.
In other words, I do not have COVID. That is correct. All right, so I actually like this.
You seem surprised that you like it.
I am actually surprised because I didn't care as much for the cherry. The previous cherry one didn't taste enough like anything for me. This one is probably much more cherry than blackberry. But I like that blackberries are the kind of thing where blackberries either make a very nice jam by themselves or they will be a really good backup flavor for other things. So when I make blackberry jam, I just make blackberry spice jam. But when I make a mixed berry jam, I will likely use mostly blackberry and then put like a little bit of raspberry and a little bit of something else in there. And that's because blackberry can either stand on its own or it can have like a really nice backup flavor. And I think that's what's happening here is the blackberry is bringing out the flavor of the cherry in a nice way. All right. That was number 12.
Number 13 is grapefruit dragon fruit spread.
Okay.
But it has a nice sort of color in the jar.
It's pretty. I wonder why you would take a fruit that has to be ripe in order to be flavorful and pair it with something that's bullshit, like grapefruit.
Grapefruit is an amazing fruit.
No.
Please no grapefruit slander in my presence.
I will promise no such thing. Anyway, so.
Sorry.
Great. All right. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this one smells like baby food too.
Oh no. I bet it is a baby food flavored.
Oh, not when I was a kid.
No, I mean, I bet it does taste like baby food.
I'm going to be upset if this tastes like baby food.
Oh.
Because dragon fruit flavored baby food is nonsense. Okay, so it has potential. It doesn't taste like baby food, which I'm grateful for. It does taste like something. And I think in this case, like the grapefruit is just providing the backbone because dragon fruit's kind of an expensive fruit, right? I think that if you took this and you put some ginger in it and also a lot more dragon fruit, then it would actually be kind of amazing. As it is, it's just, it is what it is.
It might as well be a limited edition flavor.
Yeah, it might as well be like a Fanta flavor or something, you know, like.
This is orange cinnamon.
Orange cinnamon sounds like it might be amazing. Okay, so that was number 13, right? So this is 14. Orange cinnamon. I can count right. 8 and, yes, 13. This is 14. Orange cinnamon. Okay.
Oh no.
So, keeping in mind, of course, that I'm drinking cinnamon tea. And so I'm not going to take a drink before this one, because if I do, it's going to taste more cinnamon than it is. Oh, my scone's falling apart. Oh no. Nope. Mm-mm. No, sir. Mm-mm.
Oh, your face.
All right. Listen. Here are the things you did wrong. The first thing you did wrong is that you tried to take a marmalade and then you decided halfway through that you were going to make it a jelly instead of a marmalade. That's the first problem. So it tastes like you put too much rind in and then you went, oh, no, that's too much rind, and you scooped it back out, but you'd already left it to violate the broth, the jelly broth. And then you, like, wafted a cinnamon stick over it and said, this is cinnamon flavor because we wafted a cinnamon stick over it. No. Plain orange marmalade is almost always atrocious. This is orange marmalade pretending to be an orange cinnamon jam. No.
So, here's the part where I say that orange marmalade is one of my favorite things.
Then you're not going to like this because it doesn't taste good.
You said that orange marmalade was atrocious to begin with, which
plain orange
hit me in my heart because I think that plain orange marmalade is pretty good, actually.
Don't worry, folks. We're not going to break up over jam.
Here, this is fig cardamom, and I'm scared of it. I'm not really sure where to go with that. And I love fig. You know I love fig.
I think fig cardamom has potential to be really delicious. I think if you took figs and you stuffed a whole cardamom in them and you roasted them, that they'd be freaking delicious. Just boom. I'm afraid of the jam result, though.
That's what I'm saying. It is terrifying to me.
At least it smells like figs.
Hey, that's nice.
That'd be... Oh, wow, this
love
is gushy.
fig, and I love cardamom. And why does that look kind of like prunes?
I don't know. It's definitely fig seeds inside, though.
Oh, okay.
Prune seeds are those big ones.
Yeah, I know.
I will say, usually fig jam is thick, and this is not. This is very, like...
I mean, for comparison, we could pull our fig jam out of the fridge and...
Okay. It doesn't take much to taste like fig, to be fair. Fig is a powerful flavor. It definitely tastes like fig.
Are you sure you're not just like tasting an overwhelming abundance of cardamom?
No, I think I'm not tasting any cardamom, actually.
Okay.
I think it has a hint of sweetness to it that is something other than fig. But it tastes to me like, you know when they call things chai flavored? And you're like, it wasn't chai flavored. You just put like some cardamom and clove in it. And you called it chai flavored. I think that's what's happening with this jam. They said it was cardamom jam, but what they really did is just... Maybe my needs are too high. Okay.
I mean, fig is very sweet. And
No, that's...
like, fig by itself is very sweet. So I would think that the cardamom...
I mean, they still have to add...
would make it...
They have to add some liquid to make figs into jam. Because figs have, like, already been dried, usually. Depending on how they did it. Like, because fresh figs don't taste like dried figs.
No, I know.
So, this makes me think they used dried figs and reconstituted them with cardamom water.
So
and made that into jam.
My neighbor had a fig tree. And that is how I learned, incidentally, that figs will also cause me to react in a similar way as, like, latex.
Great.
Or avocado. Which is why I can't have fresh figs. Right?
And that's...
which is one reason why I'm...
Was that called oral allergy?
So I do have oral allergy syndrome, and that's where I have a lot of oral reactions to, like, raw fruits and vegetables. But in this particular case, I actually had, like, throat swelling and got really, really sick from fig, because it is, in its fresh form, one of those cross protein situations. So
Food allergies suck.
they really do.
Okay, so this is a raspberry lychee spread. And I have feelings about this. Because those two fruits do not belong together. For a variety of reasons. I think that maybe the lychee should have gone with the grapefruit. That would have been more appropriate. Raspberry dragon fruit, let's do that. This sounds like it's going to be either very icky or I'm not going to be able to taste the lychee at all. We'll see. And don't get me wrong, lychee's not my favorite flavor, but it definitely has a very distinct flavor of its own. It's just not super powerful until you make it really sweet. And that's the thing, right? Is that lychee is almost always extremely sweet. So maybe I thought they'd cut the flavor. Can't taste it at all. It tastes almost exactly like the other raspberry spread. It literally just tastes like a lighter raspberry. Like I said, raspberry is too powerful of a flavor to put next to lychee.
Well, here you are with raspberry red currant as your next go.
It might be better. Alright, so that was number 16. This is number 17. I am currently at half of these flavors I have set to never touching those again, and half of these flavors I have set to I would eat that again, but I have not found a single flavor yet where I'm like, that is so good. I did have one flavor that I need to replicate though. Raspberry red currant spread. This is number 17. And there are 20 or there are 24?
Well, there's 23 plus a special one.
Okay.
So.
All right. This definitely smells a little bit raspberry tangy, although that might actually be the red currant coming through, because the other raspberry jams do not smell that strong. This is really liquidy on top. Alright, I regret to inform you that if I put a blindfold on you, or otherwise prevented you from being able to observe the packages, and I gave you 3 bites of the raspberry red currant, the raspberry lychee, and the raspberry, you could not tell me the difference. I think the only reason that you might be able to otherwise was only by separating these by days, as they're suggesting. Anyway, I find that neither remarkable nor exciting, and I suppose I shouldn't put it in the I never want to touch this again because it's fine. It's just not exciting.
Cherry Christmas spice. I don't know what Christmas spice is.
It's probably clove. Let me see. Cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and clove. Okay, you have my attention. We'll see. Those are the spices I like to put in my blackberry jam. Cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and clove specifically. Although I usually leave the nutmeg out because I'm not a huge nutmeg fan. I like okay, but it's not like...
I put nutmeg in everything.
I am upset that I can't smell very much of this. Like, I'm upset because it says that it's spiced. And it's not, it doesn't smell like spices.
Uh-oh.
And I keep looking at the package to check and see if this is a British company.
French, actually, I believe.
That might be the... It says it's from the US, though. Okay, so here we go. Cherry and spices. So, this just makes me appreciate the cherry blackberry more. Because I can taste that it's cherry. And I can taste that the blackberry and the cherry blackberry is bringing the cherry out more. But the spices are not present. Boring.
Okay.
Maybe this is what I get for drinking cinnamon tea.
Here you go. This is definitely...
Okay. This is literally like lemon. Basically. This is a lemon yuzu spread. And yuzu, of course, is an Asian citrus. It often shows up in a lot of like Japanese flavored candies and stuff. That's where I'm the most familiar with it. So this is like, and yuzu doesn't look exactly like a lemon, but it looks a lot like a lemon, and so this is literally like a lemon, almost. So obviously it has to be a marmalade, right? Because that's how it works. Oh no, this scone. And this is number 19. Somehow we've survived this far. Looks like a marmalade. All right. Let me preface this by saying that the reason I don't like marmalades very much is because they don't taste like the fruit. They taste like you licked the outside of the fruit. But you didn't bring it home. You licked it while you were at the grocery store. So it has all the weird waxiness and everything else. And half the time it tastes like they didn't wash the fruit before they zested it. Even though I know that for, food reasons they have to. This tastes like it would be a very nice thing to use to make like the lemon base for lemon bars. or something like that. Or like if you don't like lemon curd, but you still want the lemon flavor, you could use this. I'm not really sure why you'd swap this for lemon curd, but this is a thing you could do. Other than that, though, I find it lemony. And not in a lemon kind of way. I didn't lick a lemon head, I licked the outside of a lemon. Anyway.
By the way, I looked it up, and this is definitely a French company.
Okay.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Apricot lavender.
Apricot lavender. Now, my partner loves lavender, so they're hoping this is delicious. I love apricot. At least this looks like actual jam. And smells like lavender, so that's something. Somebody out there is going to be like, well, obviously, you're not eating this properly if you can't taste it. And I'm going to be like, obviously, you've never had to live off of PB&J for 2 years. Anyway. Well, that's really pleasant. The apricot doesn't have as much tang as I want it to, which might just be that they have a different variety of apricots than I like. I'm very fond of Colorado apricots. And if you didn't know, there are like more varieties of peaches and apricots than you ever thought possible. And Colorado doesn't export our fruit, we eat it all. So if you don't live here, you have no idea that we make apricots and peaches. Anyway, this is really pleasant because I can actually taste the floral notes. And so I think what happened here is they probably like stewed the peaches with the lavender and then strained it all out.
Yeah.
Yes, excuse me. Apricot, not peaches. And so this is really pleasant, and I might actually try to replicate that as well. I'm going to get really excited about apricot jam this next season.
I mean, if you could replicate a nice tasting lavender jam, I would really appreciate it.
I would be into that.
All right, white nectarine and peach.
Okay, I am hoping that this one is delicious because it wants to be everything I love in a jam. White nectarine and peach. This is number 23, right? No, 22. 21. I can count. It's fine. 21. There
21.
are 20 jars arranged in front of me.
Yes.
Okay, this smells like peach, but it also smells like baby food again.
Well, nectarine and peach are very common
baby food flavors. You can tell I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. All right. So here we go. I'm running out of coherent scone here. Okay, so this tastes like canned peaches.
Oh.
I can't taste the nectarine at all. Now, when you're combining peach and nectarine, peach has a really smooth flavor unless it's green.
Yeah.
So it should be like a nice smooth flavor and then a bit of tang from the nectarine. And there's no tang. This was a cute idea that was badly executed.
Kind of wondering if the next one will be the same. It's a wild strawberry spread. So, as we all know, wild strawberries are very small and very, very sweet. And that regular strawberries are larger and not so sweet.
I'm wondering where they got enough wild strawberries to make a jam out of. Okay. Now, I will say that if I ever could find enough wild raspberries, I would make wild raspberry jam in a heartbeat. And it would be delightful, and it would be like 2 jars. Let's be real. I can never get enough of them back to the card to make jam out of. Alright, so strawberry, wild strawberry. I may get the feeling it's just going to taste like strawberry. No, this tastes like Smucker's.
Oh, okay.
Tastes like Smucker's strawberry.
All right.
It does taste like strawberry, but it tastes artificial.
So, this one is mandarin.
Okay.
From Italy. Hopefully you like it.
I don't know. We've established it.
And that's the 23rd right there.
This is number 23. Mandarin oranges. And I do not really like citrus-based jams very much.
It's set up like a marmalade.
It sure is. It's thicker than the other marmalades have been. The rest of them have been really fruity and juicy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is nice. It still tastes like canned oranges. It tastes like canned mandarin oranges.
Which I love. So.
Or, you know what? Or a very ripe clementine. So it does taste like, it does not taste like skin though, which it makes me happy because marmalade. But that one's nice. I would eat that one. And I would sprinkle some cinnamon in it so that it tasted right. And this is the last one, right?
This is not a jam. This is honey. This is the final door.
Is this just
opened.
plain honey?
It's just honey.
It's just honey?
Yeah.
You know what? Fine.
With a special lid.
It has a special lid.
I will just go ahead and open it. And because we have made it to 24, I don't know what the significance of having a honey is, but here we are. A honey. Just one. Obviously, it is not local honey. Oh, no. You know what?
The drizzling didn't work out.
I regret to inform you that this has followed the process of all the rest of them. And while it is honey, it tastes hyper overprocessed. And I'm obviously spoiled by the local, not so processed stuff. All right, so that's it. It took me 40 minutes to devastate this entire box. The children will be really excited to eat it. I would not repeat this experience, but I hope you had fun watching me respond to various frou-frou flavors of jam. And I'm looking forward to later dates when fruit comes in season and I can show you how to make better versions. Meanwhile, stay warm and have a happy winter.